My name is Olivia Kane. I'm 42 years old. I work in real estate. And last year, I lost my son, Eli. He was only 13. A bike accident. A hill he loved. A truck that didn't stop. They say the pain dulls with time, but whoever said that never buried a child. You don't get over it. You just get used to the weight of it. I stopped going out. Stopped returning calls. I couldn't even open his bedroom. Everywhere I turned, he was there. Except, of course, in the one place I needed him. Then one day, I found a letter on my kitchen counter. No envelope, just a folded piece of paper, written in handwriting I knew better than my own. It said, "Mom, if you're reading this, it means I found a way." I thought I was losing my mind. The handwriting? His? The paper? From the same sketch pad he kept by his bed. And the words? They sounded exactly like him. I sat on the floor for 2 hours, just holding it. I didn't tell anyone, not even my therapist. Then came the second letter. "Do you remember the treehouse you promised to fix? I always imagined you climbing up to it one day. If you ever do, I left something for you." The treehouse was still there, half collapsed. I hadn't stepped foot in that backyard in months. I climbed up the ladder like my legs didn't belong to me, and taped under the floorboard was a drawing. One of his. A sketch of me and him, at a diner we used to go to on Sundays. The thing is, he never finished that drawing. He'd lost the sketchbook weeks before the accident. I remember. We looked everywhere. But here it was. Whole. Complete. And signed. E. Kane, age 13 and a half. How? I told myself maybe he'd just forgotten that he'd left it there. That maybe the letter was an old one. And I just didn't remember it. I was desperate to believe something logical. But I wasn't prepared for the third letter. This time it was tucked in the mail. No stamp, just slid inside the junk mail pile. It read, "Mom, you didn't know everything. You weren't supposed to." It mentioned things I never told anyone. The pills, the bottle of wine. The night I almost ended it, 3 months after he died. He wrote, "Please don't. That's not the ending I want for your story. You're still mine. Still here. Stay." I sobbed so hard I thought I'd black out, because I never told anyone about that night. Not even my therapist. Not even God. And yet, he knew. That's when I started to think maybe I was losing it. Maybe I had written these myself and didn't remember. Maybe my mind had cracked under grief. So I set a trap. I placed a camera in the kitchen, pointed directly at the counter. And the next morning, there was another letter. But the camera? Blank. The footage cut out from 2:14 to 2:17 a.m. 3 minutes. Just gone. The letter said, "Don't be afraid. I'm trying to help you remember. What you forgot matters." That's when the dreams started, but they weren't dreams. They were memories. Eli, younger, not 13, more like 5 or 6. I was yelling at someone, not him. A man. There was crying, slamming. I'd wake up sweating, heart racing. But it wasn't real. It couldn't be. Because Eli's father left when he was 2. He hadn't been in our lives in over a decade. That memory didn't make sense. Unless it wasn't a memory. Unless it was a lie I had told myself. I started digging. I requested medical files, old police reports, even my own therapist's notes. Nothing lined up. The dreams became clearer. The man was in more of them. Tall, angry. And Eli? He'd always hide behind me. Until one night in the dream, he looked me dead in the eyes and said, "You said you'd never let him hurt me. But you forgot what you did." I woke up screaming. I ran to his room, the one I hadn't stepped into since the funeral. It smelled like him. Still. And on the bed was one final letter. "You weren't just my mom. You were my shield. But that day, you left. And when you came back, I was already gone." You didn't forget. You buried it. And maybe this was the only way to set you free. That's when I remembered. The night of the accident, there was no truck, no bike ride. There was me and him. A screaming match. A door slammed. A moment of silence too loud to be safe. I had left. I had walked out. And when I came back, my son was on the floor. No one believed me. They called it an accident. And maybe, in some twisted way, it was. But I buried the truth to survive it. And Eli had been trying to give it back to me. Not to punish me, but to save me. So I could finally let go.